Hey everyone, Ben here, and welcome to the start of our TCR eSports journey. TCR Virtual has launched this week on simracing.gp, and it's an eSports competition with quite a different entry model which just begs to be tried out, so I thought I would. The competition's being run on Assetto Corsa with free mods available through Race Department. In order to qualify, there's a free-to-enter 10-minute qualifying race where the criteria for making it through into the heats is getting through the race with 0 incident points. Once through, the competition for real starts in early November with a series of regional heats taking place, eventually leading to a grand finale to determine the overall TCR Virtual Champion. A €10,000 prize fund is available for the regional finals, with the overall winner getting to take part in a real-life TCR test day. So there's lots to play for. As voted by you in the community section of the channel, we're going to be driving the Honda Civic and we're at the Nürburgring. Let's get to the grid to see if we can qualify for this thing. Right then, here we go, we are about to get underway. Ignore the graphic in the top left hand corner, we're not on pole position, we're in the mid pack as we get going in TCR Virtual. Off the line we get a little bit sluggish. I think we've dropped a couple of spots and it looks like we've got some cars alongside us to the left hand side. We're in 9th, 10th position, something like that. Perhaps we're now back up into 8th. It looks like we might hold our position down the inside for the first corner then. The priority, as mentioned at the start of this video, is just getting through without contact or incidents. No mean feat in the touring car class, which is known for plenty of door banging, so I'm trying to give people on my inside plenty of space there. It really will, or it should at least, encourage cleaner racing, although it did look as if there was somebody going off behind us. We'll take a little look at that once we're through our opening lap here. We've got cars side by side up ahead of us. There's a little bit of door banging already. That's not what you need to see. And as we go through then the left-hander for the first time, we're just going to try and settle in to this traffic. I'm all about survival in this race. I want to qualify for the competition. If we can make up some spots, then brilliant. But that really is the objective, and look at that, it is as well for Broca, who is just moving over to the right hand side there. I think he knows the name of this game as well and is not interested in getting involved in any side by side action. So we're up into 9th place, just behind Donoso. SCB community member Jasper van der Vaart is also on the grid. He's in 11th position at the moment. I wonder if he got tangled up in that opening set of corners. I happen to know Jasper has already qualified for the tournament proper. You can run this qualifying race as many times as you like over the next few weeks in order to get onto the main competition. So it looks as if we've got a bit of space ahead of us and a little bit of space behind us. Let's talk a little bit about the mod itself then, that we've downloaded from Race Department for this TCR virtual competition. As you know, on the channel we've been driving quite a bit of front wheel drive over the last couple of months. We ran an SCB competition. I've also done the tutorial about how to get quicker in front wheel drive with Dennis Sherp's SCB community member. How does this car compare? Well, ultimately not quite as good, I would say. The WTCR cars in Race Room I think are probably the best front wheel drive cars that I've ever driven in sim racing, and these are just a little bit below that level of quality, and I'll get into a little bit more as to why as we get further into this race. But as we've come to the end of the first lap in 9th place, let's take a little bit of a look back at that opening corner, see how we got through safely, hugging right to the inside and taking a hugely tight line through the apex to just try and avoid any contact, not drifting wide into anybody through that opening corner. It's going to put us on the outside of the next corner, and again I'm going to just try and hug as close to the outside of the track as possible. There's the contact that I thought I saw in my rear view mirror behind us, and I think that is Jasper in the end who's been tangled up in some of that. Let's take a proper look back at what went on behind us there as the two cars came together. Jasper's on the inside there, and it just looks as if he nudges the car ahead of him round, and there's another bit of contact there as well. Let's take a closer view from Jasper's bonnet cam, and actually what you see is, it's probably a bit of a racing incident. Really, I think Jasper deserved a little bit more space on the inside there. An unfortunate one. You see it all the time on those two corners in particular, turn 2 and turn 3 at the Nürburgring. Cars always come together there. It's a particularly challenging one to get through a race here without contact, as we see another yellow flag as we've rejoined the live action about half race distance here. A yellow flag up ahead as more cars threatening to come together and racing hard wheel to wheel in this qualifying race. What I will say about the mod, just to return to it, it isn't up to the standards of race room WTCR cars, I don't think. The cars just feel a little bit sluggish to me, if I'm honest. You can't engage quite as much on throttle oversteer through some of the corners to try and get the back end around and try and get on the gas a bit earlier. They feel a bit too planted for me, if I'm absolutely honest. You do find the back end comes around on you if you lock the brakes heavily, as we've got a yellow flag there and another car off to the right hand side, and we're up into 8th position once again. So that was 4th position there, as somebody has had a big incident through the opening sector of the track this time around. So that's a little bit of a shame, but what I've got to say is they are very drivable. They're very raceable cars. The quality of the models themselves of the mod, I think basically have been designed, from what I can gather, to run on any sort of spec of PC. So, you know, there will be higher resolution mods out there, so they're not the kind of highest standard in that regard either. But I think basically, from what I gather, they've been designed to be raced by as many different people as possible, with as many different specs of hardware as possible, and they do a job. No doubt about it. They're very good fun to drive, very good fun to race, but they're just not quite up there with some of the best front wheel cars that I've driven in sim racing, especially the race room variety. Having said all of that, we're now through the midpoint of the race. We've only got 4 minutes left to survive this. We've got Jasper, he's recovered, and he's about 1.2, 1.3 seconds behind us here as we're coming through into the final section of the track once again. So he's closed that gap down from about 2 seconds down to 1.3 there. We fast forward then onto the very last lap of the race, and the gap is now down to half a second. We maintained the gaps there or thereabouts to the cars up ahead, but I'm not looking to get involved with them. I just now want to keep a bit of a safe gap back to Jasper, and then back to Nuevo, who's in 10th position as well and is closing in fast. But I'm getting a little bit ragged. The tyres are hot. You can see that in the bottom left hand corner of the screen. And of course I know that Jasper's already qualified for this race, and I would hope, as a good SCB friend, he won't try anything too aggressive into this final part of the track. But to be fair to him, I'm not driving well here. I've just ran wide into the left-hander. That's allowed him to close up even further. He's just 0.3 seconds behind us now as we come through into the final part of the track. We're going to have the heavy braking zone into the chicane. It looks like Jasper might be shaping for a move on us here. He's looking to get down onto the brakes there. He's side by side, but thankfully he just about gets out of it. We have to take the wide entry into the corner. There's a car parked on the exit. That's not helpful as we come through for the final time into the last corner, and it looks like just about we've made it through this qualification race, hopefully without any incidents. I don't think we've picked up any incident points as we've gone. We cross the finish line, we come home in 8th place, and that was a lot of fun. No doubt about it. It was a good test of the mod and of seeing whether you can survive a TCR race with 0 incident points. Here's a replay then of the final part of the final lap there. Look at how close together we're running here, the 3 cars. We're in the lead of this pack. Jasper's down our inside here, but thankfully he thinks better of it, very generously gets out of the gas, and it looks as if Nuevo did exactly the same thing behind him as well. Happy to come home in formation. That's the name of the game, to get through into the eSports competition, and in a way it couldn't be simpler, and I really like that, because it means we're going to get lots of different people entering this and getting into the competition proper, rather than being ruled out straight away by a leaderboard competition, as you so often see. There's confirmation then. We've qualified for TCR Virtual 2021. Really looking forward to getting into the knockout races later on in November. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, leave a like, get subscribed, and why not have a go yourself to get into TCR Virtual, and I might see you on track in further rounds. I'll see you on the next one.